I secretly loved him for 10 years. Never thought that even having his child was a mistake. He pushed me onto the operating table himself, saying, anyone in this world can have my baby, except you. Who do you like? Huh? Who do you like? The gentle tone Jason Smith had before was completely gone, replaced by a fierce expression. Her words had triggered him, and now he was visibly angry. Tell me, damn it! You were just mumbling before. Tell me, who do you like? Ugh, don't touch me. I'm dizzy. My head is spinning. Don't touch me. I want to go home. Go home. Jason Smith is coming to pick me up. Don't touch me. I have Jason Smith to protect me. Even though she was still drunk, she hadn't forgotten the promise between her and Jason Smith, that he would come pick her up. Jason Smith. Hey. When Jason Smith heard this, he immediately laughed bitterly at himself. You still remember Jason Smith? You still remember you have Jason Smith? As he muttered these words, Jason Smith suddenly found the name unbearable, almost making him feel like he was going to explode. He felt like he was going mad. He didn't want to be Jason Smith. Who would want to be her Jason Smith? He didn't want to be Jason Smith. Isabel Lopez, stop changing the subject. Tell me honestly, which guy do you like? Even though Isabel Lopez quickly brought up his name and remembered their promise, it still didn't relieve the knot in Jason Smith's heart. He still held onto her body, shaking her as he asked, Don't. I'm dizzy. Don't pretend. Even if you're about to pass out, you better tell me who that wild man is. Jason. Suddenly, she called his name with a very seductive, enchanting, and tender voice. You, what did you call me? Jason Smith was a bit incredulous. She had always acted obediently in front of him. Though sometimes stubborn, she had never had the nerve to call him by his name directly, especially not in such a warm and affectionate way. It was a very intimate way of calling someone, typically reserved for couples or married partners. But now, she had called him that. It was just, Jason. Isabel Lopez, do you know what you're doing? Jason Smith, listen to me. I like you. I, Isabel Lopez, like you. I really like you. Before Jason Smith could finish his sentence, Isabel Lopez blurted this out. This sentence left the 20-something Jason Smith completely stunned. He never expected Isabel Lopez to say something like that. 1 second, she was talking about liking someone else, and the next second, she said the person she liked was him. His mind was buzzing, as if a thunderclap had exploded in his head. Shock, surprise, amazement, all these emotions swirled around in his mind, and eventually, they all turned into joy. Isabel Lopez, look at me. He was both excited and emotional, gripping her shoulders and turning her to face him. Look at me, Isabel, he urgently repeated. Isabel Lopez was a bit dizzy from the way he was handling her, but when she heard his words, she obediently lifted her gaze to meet his. Her drunken eyes gazed at his handsome face in the light of the street lamp. That was the familiar face she had known for so many years, appearing countless times in her dreams, swirling around in her mind. Even now, as she was drunk, just looking at him, she knew exactly who he was. Jason, Isabel Lopez called out again, but then quickly realized something and corrected herself. Jason Smith. Call me Jason. Before, when she called him Jason Smith, it didn't feel like much. But now that she confessed her feelings, calling him Jason Smith felt awkward to him, as if they were crossing a forbidden line. So he ordered her to call him that again. After hearing him say that, she immediately obediently called out, Jason. Do you know what you just said? Jason Smith asked. Isabel Lopez looked confused. Huh? What did I say? Isabel Lopez? You don't remember? His words clearly showed his anger. He was very unhappy with her response. It had barely been a moment, and she already couldn't remember what she had said. Asking him what she had just said? Was she like this in front of other people too? He hadn't expected it, but in front of other people, it felt like his body was on fire. Jason Smith, I'm sleepy. I want to sleep. Take me to sleep. Sleep? Isabel Lopez, you need to tell me clearly first. Don't act coy with me. Tell me clearly. Isabel Lopez, do you really not remember what you just said? Isabel Lopez numbly nodded, her head sinking lower, her body sliding down as well. Jason Smith firmly gripped her shoulders, preventing her from falling. So, you said you liked me, and now you can't remember? I like you. When he asked her that, Isabel Lopez didn't answer directly. Instead, she said to him, I like you. This time, Jason Smith gave a slight shake. Who do you like? Jason Smith. Who likes Jason Smith? Isabel Lopez. Jason Smith. His heart fluttered, but he still didn't forget to ask her, Isabel, look at me. This time, just like before, he made her focus her gaze on his face. As their eyes met, he seriously asked, Isabel, did you say that because you were drunk? Or have you always felt that way? Have you ever said something like that to other guys? He was afraid that she might have said it because she was drunk. He wasn't, though. He didn't need to be drunk to realize his feelings for her. After she confessed her feelings, he was truly happy in his heart. He also wanted to receive the same love and affection from her. No. Isabel Lopez likes Jason Smith. Isabel Lopez has liked Jason Smith for a long time. But, Jason Smith, all these years I've had to keep it carefully hidden in my heart. I didn't dare say it out loud. I was afraid if I did, our relationship would change, and it would be worse than before. I'm afraid of losing you. I'm really afraid. I know we can't be together, so Jason Smith, just consider this as hearing a joke. It fulfills a wish in my heart. At least now you've heard it, and that's enough. After this, can we still be like we were before? After I confessed, can we still interact the same way? No. After hearing her words, Jason Smith immediately responded. Ever since he realized his feelings, after the shock, he never thought about running away. Moreover, now that she had confessed to him, he knew her feelings for him. Under such circumstances, both of them had developed love for each other. How could he possibly give up? No, Jason Smith, I drank too much. My head's foggy. That's why I said those things. Don't be angry. Jason Smith, didn't you hear me say those things when you debuted? Please, let's not change. Let's not change. If our relationship changes, I really don't know what to do anymore. Then say what you just said again. Huh? After saying so much, which part is he referring to? Say again what you just confessed to me. After being put through all this, Isabel Lopez's head started to clear up a bit. Though she still felt a little drunk, she could now clearly understand what was happening. So, after hearing her say those things while drunk, now he couldn't get the words out to make her repeat them. He wanted to hear her say that she liked him, to know how she felt about him, and how important he was to her. I like. But before she could finish saying, you, Jason Smith had already kissed her. Looking back now, he realized how bold he had been back then, but he had never regretted it. Early on, they had already expressed their love for each other. At that time, he had thought that once time had passed, once she grew up a bit more, once she graduated from university, he would tell everyone about their relationship. He had considered that everyone might oppose it at first, so he had thought about how hard things might be and knew people would gossip about them. So, he had thought of everything, except giving up. In this life, he was determined to be with the woman he loved most. That was the only belief and persistence in his heart. But later, just when their feelings for each other had grown so deep, a huge change had suddenly occurred. Forget it, all of it. He didn't want to think about it anymore. Dad, finally, he said to the gravestone, no matter what, you can consider this as me letting you down. I want to forgive her. I want to be with her. I want us to be good together for the rest of our lives, for this second half of our lives. She's not at fault. She should have no idea about what her mother did. Dad, if you're listening from above, if you can hear my heart, I hope you'll bless her, keep her safe, and help her wake up. I want her to give birth to my child. That's our Smith family's flesh and blood. After saying these 2 sentences, he stood up. He gently patted his body and said, Dad, I'm leaving now. I'll come back to see you after a while. The next morning, in Jason Smith's office. Mr. Jason, I've asked most of the questions you assigned to me. Well, there was a case in the US that was quite similar to Miss Isabel's. The girl eventually woke up, and she was treated in a rehabilitation center in the US. Although I'm not sure if it'll work. I looked it up, and the success rate of that hospital is pretty high. At least, it's much better than the one we're at now. It seems like there's a doctor there who's especially famous. Who? Jason Smith asked, leaning forward, his body pressing against the desk. His name is William. As he spoke, the assistant placed a prepared file into his hands. Jason Smith took the file and immediately began looking through it carefully. William. As Jason Smith looked at the information, he called out the doctor's name, then continued flipping through the pages. Seeing that there were quite a few successful patient cases listed. But getting Isabel Lopez to the US now would be a bit of a hassle. Can we contact him now? Well, I tried before, but haven't been successful. This doctor doesn't seem to open communication to outsiders. The hospital is very protective of him. Generally, such famous doctors are highly protected. This is for the protection of both the doctor and the hospital, to prevent other hospitals from stealing their skilled doctors. All right, I understand, Jason Smith said. In that case, see if you can push the work back a little. We'll book tickets and go immediately. I need to talk to that doctor personally. Mr. Jason, work can always wait, but right now, Miss Isabel's situation is more urgent. I think it's best if you go with someone else to meet the doctor. I'll handle things here. He was quite familiar with the company's business, so after Jason Smith left, he could handle things for a while without much problem. Jason Smith nodded after hearing this, agreeing, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, let's do it your way. Then book me the earliest flight. We're leaving right away.